Adi Lila. Chapter 1, The Spiritual Masters. Chapter 2, Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chapter 3, The External Reasons for the Appearance of Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu. Chapter 4, The Confidential Reasons for the Appearance of Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu. Chapter 5, The Glories of Lord Nityananda Balaram. Chapter 6, The Glories of Śrī Advaita Acharya. Chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya in 5 Features. Chapter 8, The Author Receives the Orders of Krishna and Guru. Chapter 9, The Desire Tree of Devotional Service. Chapter 10, The Trunk, Branches, and Sub-Branches of the Chaitanya Tree. Chapter 11, The Expansions of Lord Nityananda. Chapter 12, The Expansions of Advaita Acharya and Gadadhara Pandita. Chapter 13, The Advent of Lord Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu. Chapter 14, Lord Chaitanya's Childhood Pastimes. Chapter 15, The Lord's Pauganda Lila. Chapter 16, The Pastimes of the Lord in his Childhood and Youth. Chapter 17, The Pastimes of Lord Chaitanya-Mahaprabhu in his Youth. Madhya Lila. Chapter 1, The Later Pastimes of Lord Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu. Chapter 2, The Ecstatic Manifestations of Lord Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu. Chapter 3, Lord Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu's Stay at the House of Advaita Acharya. Chapter 4, Sri Madhavendra Puri's Devotional Service. Chapter 5, The Activities of Sakshi Gopal. Chapter 6, The Liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Chapter 7, The Lord Begins His Tour of South India. Chapter 8, Talks between Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy. Chapter 9, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's Travels to the Holy Places. Chapter 10, The Lord's Return to Jagannath Puri. Chapter 11, The Beda Kirtan Pastimes of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Chapter 12, The Cleansing of the Gundicha Temple. Chapter 13, The Ecstatic Dancing of the Lord at Ratha Yatra. Chapter 14, Performance of the Vrindavan Pastimes. Chapter 15, The Lord Accepts Prasadam at the House of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Chapter 16, The Lord's Attempt to go to Vrindavan. Chapter 17, The Lord Travels to Vrindavan. Chapter 18, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's Visit to Sri Vrindavan. Chapter 19, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Srila Rupa Goswami. Chapter 20, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatana Goswami in the science of the absolute truth. Chapter 21, The Opulence and Sweetness of Lord Sri Krishna. Chapter 22, The Process of Devotional Service. Chapter 23, Life's Ultimate Goal, Love of Godhead. Chapter 24, The 61 Explanations of the Atmarama Verse. Chapter 25, How all the residents of Varanasi became Vaishnavas. Ancha Lila. Chapter 1, Srila Rupa Goswami's Second Meeting with the Lord. Chapter 2, The Chastisement of Junior Haridas. Chapter 3, The Glories of Srila Haridas Thakur. Chapter 4, Sanatana Goswami visits the Lord at Jagannath Puri. Chapter 5, How Pradyumna Mishra received instructions from Ramananda Roy. Chapter 6, The Meeting of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghunath Das Goswami. Chapter 7, The Meeting of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Vallabha Bhatta. Chapter 8, Ramachandra Puri criticizes the Lord. Chapter 9, The Deliverance of Gopinath Patanayaka. Chapter 10, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu accepts prasadam from his devotees. Chapter 11, The Passing of Haridas Thakur. Chapter 12, The Loving Dealings between Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagadananda Pandit. Chapter 13, Pastimes with Jagadananda Pandit and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Chapter 14. Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's feelings of separation from Krishna. Chapter 15. The transcendental madness of Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Chapter 16. Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu tastes nectar from the lips of Lord Shri Krishna. Chapter 17. The bodily transformations of Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Chapter 18. Rescuing the Lord from the sea. Chapter 19. The inconceivable behavior of Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Chapter 20. The Shikshashtaka prayers.